as you interlock the two.
Now stretch them right as...
Soccer and the...
Quiet, please. In exactly 15 seconds, we'll be on the air.
I felt like a reptile. Like a reptile. I felt like a reptile.
Are we on? Are we recording? How are we doing, everybody?
Oh, we're recording. We are.
We are, okay. Oh, Mystery's there today.
He is.
Oh, no, he's muted his mic now.
Oh, okay.
So what day is this? Is it Friday, isn't it?
Today is Friday.
Day what in quarantine? Any idea?
We got told to quarantines from Monday, didn't we? So what's this? Day 5? Day 4? Because it's Monday evening.
Has it only been 5 days?
Yeah.
and I don't know about you, but I'm doing all right. I mean, my days are kind of running into one, but they tend to start with coffee and MCT oil and a little stretch and some wander around and some sorting out of some Lego pieces. Then I go and stand in the sun. Once the sun comes around the front of the building into the regular spot we're sitting, sit there and drink my coffee and figure out what I'm going to do with my rest of my day.
Everything's good.
Really.
See, for me, nothing's really changed apart from the kids are about. So, like, there's a little bit of censorship that I have to do personally. But other than that, normally I can, basically my day is normally drop the kids off at school, roll something cheeky and take the dogs for a walk. I'm being very coy this time because last time I wasn't aware, just down there is where my daughter's bedroom door is. Right?
That hatch in the floor is your daughter's bedroom door?
Hatch in the floor, because I'm in the loft. So
okay.
instead of a door being like this, it's like this. Because it just made her more space. Otherwise, as you can see, there's no room there for a full-size door, and she's not a borrower. So basically, what happened was, I got off the call, and they were like, we heard you say that we can't roll for shit.
I was talking about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I meant jiu-jitsu, and she went, I can do jiu-jitsu. I was like, yes, you can. Fair enough. So I basically got half the podcast that I'd talked about thrown back at me like, Daddy, what does this mean? And I was like, oh, shit. And they wanted to know when it's going to be live because their bedroom now features in it. So I was like, never. This was just a test run. Never, ever will you see this because I was not aware of what shit I had admitted to. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bad dad moment.
That's the problem being at home and recording the podcast. You see, when you're here, you can say what you like.
There you go. And they don't give a shit about when it's out or what I've said because they don't even care. They don't care that Jon Jones has been arrested for DUI. They couldn't give two shiny fucks.
Dude, what ridiculous, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Do you know my favourite bit of it all? Do you follow Jon Jones on Twitter? And I don't mean John Bones.
No, I don't follow him, but I'm aware of him. I'm aware of... I know you mean. He's the guy that's got the handle that tends to tweet sometimes as if he's Jones, right?
Because so many people, like, it doesn't matter if John's done something good, bad, ugly, in between. This guy gets a barrage of shit constantly. And he replies. And someone, I think someone lost a load of money on a bet, went ape shit at him, and he's like, oh, I'm really sorry for you, dude. And this guy was just keep coming back at him thinking that it's Johnny Bones antagonising him when it's just Jonathan Jones saying, "Can I leave me alone?" He's got some fucking followers, honestly, and I think it's the shit like that which, even in these type of times, is the best type of stuff because you go to any of his tweets and he's there clearly saying, "I'm not the real Jon Jones," but the majority of people, I mean, he had one guy. If I can find it, I'll read it out. But he said, "This is the nicest that I get from people," and it's basically a bloke saying, "I know you're not the real Jon Jones, but when I'm drunk, I'm going to tweet you and call you a cunt." He's like, okay. He just kept hitting him with all these stupid fucking messages, and yeah, I love it. But believable, though, right?
Yeah. Well, so I don't know the exact details, but he was speeding through a residential area
with an AR-15.
Oh, he had a gun, did he, as well? Well, I mean, you know, maybe he's just ready for when the apocalypse hits. See, I was thinking about this. I was in the gym the other day hitting the bag, and I'm thinking I need to stay ready because, you know, social separation turns into social anxiety, turns into social chaos. Before we know it, we've got people in the streets being lunatics. So You know, if you're Jon Jones, that's a forewarning driving down the street with your machine gun in your hand. He had one of Masvidal's bottles of tequila in his car as well. Yeah, apparently.
And he signed it. Could you imagine?
I do not approve this message. Signed Masvidal.
The first person that pulled Jon Jones over must have been like, oh my God, I feel all stupid. Do you mind if I get a picture? And now it's just like the whole of the police force have just been like, it's John again. Yes, John again. Who wants to go? Who's not been?
Yeah.
All right. Go on, Dave. Your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to?
Who's next on the list? Check the notice board. See who's next on the Jon Jones arrest list.
Exactly, because he's got a big cat as well, hasn't he? They're not like a domestic house cat.
Yeah, some expensive kind of mountain lion type of.
Yes.
What the fuck it is?
I know it's not full Tiger King, but it is on par with getting to that level, isn't it? Which is like running around with his AR-15. Because the tweet, this was off Jon Jones, and he put, "How to snitch on yourself. I don't know how it keeps happening. I take an Ambien for sleep. The next thing I know, I wake up doing 70 miles an hour through the neighborhood with an AR-15 on my lap. Am I Jason Bourne or just drunk on Zimmer? I don't know." Perfect. But I think if I had an AR-15, I would probably keep it on me. I don't know why. But if I'm in the country where AR-15s are allowed and legal and it's all licensed. Sorry, the dog just sneezed. If I'm allowed it, then I'm going to have it. It's the people that aren't allowed guns, that aren't licensed, that are running around with guns that you need to be worried about, I think. That's not defending Johnny Bones. It's just, I don't know. I'd like to see his saga of felonies just take a bit of a left turn. I want to see him do like a massive heist, like a gold heist, or something like Ocean's 11, rather than just keep hitting the DUIs. Hire a fucking driver.
Yeah. A getaway driver.
Yeah, for real.
You're a getaway driver, aren't you, Tyrone? Of course I am.
Of course I am. It's a full-ton truck, Tyrone. It's not like it's a fucking packet of peanuts. Things come from behind you when you reverse. Fucking brilliant.
Fucking jumbo jet in there.
But he could probably, I reckon he could get Tyrone on, I don't know, 28k a year. Easy.
My vote would be Jason Miller for his driver. Because I spent a terrifying round trip from Hollywood to Team Quest in Temecula and back with that crazy dude. I should have known when he pulled up in a monster truck with a fluorescent shirt on covered in AK-47s and a big AK-47 pendant around his neck.
Of course he did.
I got in, I'm thinking to myself, okay, how long is this drive to Temecula? It's about 2.5, 3 hours, I think. He had all of this machinery on his dashboard to like pick up where like police were flying over in fucking helicopters and shit. I mean, he was a pro lawbreaker. So you put Mayhem Miller behind the wheel of Jon Jones's car as a driver. I mean that is a Zach Galifianakis movie any day of the week.
That's the new Max and Paddy all day, isn't it? Just because it was his monster truck. Did he buy it off Rampage and like cut his own face out and stick it over? Leave the body in the chain, but just like really ugly, like pixelated Mayhem Miller just stuck on the Rampage picture while Rampage sitting out his fucking sin bin.
That's it. So someone emailed it through to him, and it was 54 kilobytes, the file size. They printed it off anyway.
Yeah, on square A4 in a square white JPEG. That's right, isn't it? That's the right format. Just that white thing. Just Photoshop it. Perfect. Yeah. Mate, I've got so many Photoshop buttons on here. Just Photoshop it. Fucking horrible. But yeah, so I think I don't know. I would like to think that he'd get a driver. I mean, speaking to him, only the few times I spoke to him, he seems so level-headed. But I know shit tons of people that even at parties, they'll be all good and like, "Ooh, party!" It's like, "Do you want a drink?" And you'll pick up, I don't know, something like a Smirnoff Ice or a JD, and they'll run away from it like it's on fire. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. I turn into a cunt. And you're like, yeah, but you know your brain, like it's only a drink. You can say, and they're like, no, definitely don't give me that. And it's almost like a little bit of a morbid curiosity, I suppose, that you think, I wonder how much of a cunt he'll be. I just slip it in this other drink for him. No, they're normally right. People are normally right when they tell you not to feed them certain things. It's like with the whole Gremlins thing. Don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet. Pretty fucking simple, Elliot. What happened? What fucking happened? You made monsters. And that's what we've done with Johnny Bones. We've just sponsored him with Jorge Masvidal's tequila.
And Ambien.
And Ambien. And the fucking gunstore.com. Dude. Proper. It's a good job Affliction aren't around anymore because he'd be proper fucked.
Oh, no, he'd be proper sponsored by him.
Of course he would.
Here's a question for you then. Do we separate the morality of a champion from the achievements of a champion? Because, like, as soon as it's happened, like, everyone's jumped on the, oh, he's not worthy to be a champion bandwagon. And I'm like, oh, I mean, like, how much do we need to attach the morality of a champion to their actual success? Like, could somebody be a champion and just the fucking worst person? And does that mean that we devalue them technically as a champion because they're a terrible person? Not that I'm saying Jones is a terrible person. He just seems to be terribly reckless. But it's like there's a whole bunch of people, like loads of other light heavyweights have all of a sudden jumped on it and they're like, oh, don't deserve to be a champion. I mean, as long as you're not driving yourself to the arena getting arrested on the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the time for entertainment is turned on and turned off. There's a personal life and there's an entertainment side of things, which is essentially your job. He always performs at his job. He always does what is asked of him. So as far as if this was 1991, the job side of things is ticked. The news stories are few and far in between because they're not social media. They're not Instagram. They're not Facebook. They're just anomalies that happen. And the best person I could probably use as an example is probably Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson at the minute is seen as everyone's fucking lovable granddad. He is a lovable fucking rogue that is basically can still move well for a 60-something-year-old. He's a bit of a rogue and he's got a bit of backstory, a bit of a cheeky chappy. But when you actually look down at fucking Tyson's achievements of what he went through in prison and what he's done in the ring and all these other things, and I'm not saying he's a bad person by any stretch, but there are certain people out there that have had these friendliness and things done by Tyson that would completely disagree. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he was one of the most terrifying boxers in the world. Probably added to it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think the problem is Jon makes it too easy for other people in the division to play that narrative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like if a comedian comes out and picks on someone in the front row, and if they're fat, he calls them fat. Too fucking easy, man. You've got to work something else out of what characteristics are they displaying that you can pull out that will make people laugh that aren't that obvious that you're calling someone fat because you're a fucking shit comic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You have to look, and so all the like heavyweight people are like, oh, he doesn't deserve it. It's like, all right, go and fight him in prison then. You'd still fucking lose. And that's back because he's just better than you. He's not a better person because clearly he's making a few fucking bad decisions, or some dickhead like me is feeding him the Jack Daniels that he shouldn't be fucking having.
Maybe we need to do a different ranking system for like moral righteousness. Because I don't know. I mean, like the more it happens, the more I'm like, it just doesn't change my opinion of him as a fighter. Like there are certain things like Michael Vick, who's just an epic piece of shit.
Yeah,
was the guy that was arrested for dogfighting. He had like some ridiculous amount of dogs in kennels, and you know Richard Hunter, who does the podcast.
Yeah,
fighting. Yeah, that's the one, the glam rock haircut guy, who like he rescued one of Michael Vick's dogs, and like he's just a fucking terrible person, and I'm begrudging of him going back into the NFL to make more money to live a good life because he's a piece of shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Jon Jones is just doing things that are childish.
Yeah, he's acting out a little bit.
Like I think there is a line. Like if he's going around beating up old ladies and stuff, then all right, okay, we need to strip him of his belt and discipline the guy. But like I don't know where the line is where we have to start taking into account his extracurricular activities into his championship reign.
But mate, this is it. But that comes. There's a lot of fighters that have even Mike Perry was Mike Perry video knocking someone out in Orlando. And
did you see Ashley Evans Smith robbing a TV off someone's doorstep as well?
No, wasn't it medical supplies? She'd gone to purchase something. Was it Ashley Evans Smith?
It looked like a TV they were putting in the truck.
So basically, she'd gone to purchase something, and this customer or this person had left a basket of medical supplies that had been donated next to said purchase. They then loaded the trucks. I don't know, and this isn't defending them, but if this was me and I'd done this and I needed to get out of it, I'd be like, yo, I was in a rush. I didn't want to get a virus from these crazy bitches, but I needed to purchase whatever I'm purchasing. I just loaded my car with everything that was fucking not nailed down. Turns out I robbed a shitload of stuff. My bad. So, and she has come back. I mean, the person has said that basically she rang them to say, by the way, you took it, rang them 5 times and actually then blocked them. So for her to then say, I didn't realise, is a bit, how far is this going to go? But you look at felonies and like stuff that people have done in the past, like people like Roger Huerta. He had that street fight that was quite well publicised. Hermes Franca got done for fucking paedophilia, wasn't it? Wasn't he child porn or something with a 13-year-old kid? Like, he was a title contender and looked like Blanca off a fucking Street Fighter. But that's a felony. That's shit that now I can't fucking get on board with you, because that's crazy bad shit. That's really bad. Whereas the DUI, the problem I've got with that is he could kill anyone. He could drive into anyone, kill himself. That's where that gets bad. So I just think, all in all, the main problem is fundamentally is a drinking issue. It's a substance issue that's the thing that we've got to look at. But just going back to a point that you were making, if we had morality champions, would all of the champions be Dutch? Would they all be like Stefan Struve, Remco, probably Campman, all of them?
You got GSP and Demetrius Johnson. A top 2, right? Surely.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if GSP's really into a bit of kinky stuff. He's one of them ones that I speak to Stefan, and I know that he's just a genuinely nice guy, and he's got no like ulterior motives. Whereas GSP ran off for a little while and sort of hid for a bit, and then there were stories coming out saying that he was doing this, that, and the other. And you're like, I think you're a nice guy, but. No,
I think he is. I mean, well, for starters, he did my laundry when I was up there training with him.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's number one. That's brownie points straight away. Number 2 is afraid of aliens, and number 3 he wants to be an archaeologist. That's one good credit for doing my laundry and being a nice guy, and two dweeb credits, like nerd credits straight away. Afraid of aliens and wanting to be an archaeologist. You know, like you can't be a bad person if you love building Lego. That's something that I'm realizing at the moment.
Yeah, you can't be a complete psychopath.
So maybe Jones needs a Lego addiction instead of an Ambien and Jack Daniels addiction.
But I don't know if he just needs a something addiction that's maybe not training, or I don't know, because whenever we've seen him, he's always been the busiest person there. Like non-stop, left, right, pulled here, there, and everywhere. And it's even like when Matt Hughes said it, GSP said it, when you lose that belt, it just, that weight's lifted. Rose has said it recently. Loads of people say it, because it's just, fuck off. I've done it. That box is ticked. Like Chael Sonnen speaks about it so, like, frustratingly, that he never managed to get that belt. And even now, he will still return to that narrative to say that he was saying to his dying father, I want to earn a belt and win a belt, which is cool. But I suppose on the other side of that path, you've got your people like Robbie Lawler, Matt Hughes, GSP, Rose, all these people that are just like, do you know what? Fucking take it, man. I'm good. I am fucking good.
Yeah, I got that vibe from Max Holloway when he lost to Volkanovski as well. Because he wasn't immediately like, I want a rematch. It was almost like there was a little bit of relief. You know what I mean? Just because it is a mad. So think about this. Like, say on Halloween, you decide that your costume is going to be Willy Wonka, right? And you show up on Halloween dressed as Willy Wonka, and everyone's like, oh, okay, you look great. You look like Willy Wonka. If you decide you're going to keep that costume on for 6 months, how long until you start thinking you're Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Because people start treating you differently, right?
Exactly.
Like Jon Jones has not had a real life. His life's been very surreal from a very early age because of the success he had as a fighter and as a champion. Every day he wakes up as Jon Jones. So every day, no matter what he's doing, people are treating him differently to anybody else. It's understandable that his perspective of himself and of his environment is not realistic. Yeah. All the people around him, they're not going to mug him off and treat him like everybody else. I would imagine he's got a couple of those friends, but generally people are going to be treating him different to everybody else. So he's not had a realistic view of life or himself. Like it's almost like society's elevated him, so he's kind of in his own head in a different place.
But I think that the genuine friends you'll get are the ones that will call you a piece of shit first. The ones that will literally go out of their way to just like take the piss. I mean, I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy more than anything. I fucking love Jimmy. But if I saw him tomorrow, I would be taking the piss out of whatever he's wearing, or I would like. It just happens. But that's because I feel that I can, because it's an affection that's not necessarily something that's a fake. I'm not trying to justify a fake friendship or whatever. It's not like I know a plumber, so I need to be nice to him, so he'll fix my fucking sink. I genuinely like certain people, and the way that I interact with people is through massive sarcasm and being a bit of a dickhead. And once I find people that get that and are on board with that, then we kind of stick together. Like there's time. I mean, Wad's the best example, because Wad's our adult that we all fucking have that takes care of us. But I mean, we can have a laugh with Wad, but at the same time, if Wad asks you a certain question, you don't answer back with like, yeah, fucking your mum or whatever. You answer him properly, because that's the time you do that.
He's the designated grown up in the group. Yeah.
Exactly. But I think there's a film. Do you remember the film Bubba Hotep?
Yeah, I remember that, about the Elvis impersonator.
So it was Elvis. Elvis decided he wanted to go on a hiatus because of what you've just explained about Johnny Bones. And essentially he was like, do you know what? Fuck this. And the whole story, it was the guy from Evil Dead, wasn't it? Or Army of Darkness. What's his name?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it.
You know that
what you're saying is Jon Jones needs to retire for a bit and become a Jon Jones impersonator.
Fake his own death and fuck off, yeah. Fake his own death and fuck off.
But so say if before he gets famous, he's got 10 good friends, and 5 of those good friends give him shit regularly. The more famous he gets, those 5 friends will stay, but he's not going to recruit any more shit-talking friends.
No.
And they slowly become outweighed by all the ass kissers. So then he's surrounded by 50 ass kissers and 5 people that talk shit. When they become 100 ass kissers, he's going to start losing a couple of those shit talkers. And eventually, the filtration system ends up where most of the shit talkers that he knows, if you pick the phone up to that person, even today, they give him a bunch of shit on the phone. He just stops talking to them because he likes that ego massage from everybody else. That's the danger.
Well, it's down to that I told you so eyes. And if you are good enough friends with someone, you don't even need to utter the words I told you so. You literally just need to do these eyes, and they will know that you were right or they were right, because I fucking told you so, man. So just handle your shit. And I think even when, you know, just to bring this back to Corona a sec, when Boris was on the TV the other day, and he basically, it was a massive thing. There's going to be an announcement at, was it 8 o'clock, 8:30 UK? And he basically sat there like someone's nan going, all right, now I've asked you nicely. Can you just, if we all wouldn't mind, just staying at home? And I was at home fuming, because I would need someone like my mum or someone's mum just to look and give you the I told you so eyes, as if say, are you all fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? And then, right, that's it. I gave you a warning. Police are on the streets. Army's on the streets. You fucking asked for it. And that's it. That's all he needs to say, because then people's fucking arseholes go from 50p to 20p. And they're like, what's it mean, police? Was it not all right to go fishing and golfing? No, dickhead. Fucking stay inside. And because people don't talk straight, and it never happens, does it? I mean, you look at any international fight week, any time, everyone is babied. Everyone is that little cotton wool. Just get them to the thing. They'll be all right. I mean, once it's over, like you quite famously said, Frankie Edgar was back in coach putting his championship belt in the fucking overhead luggage. So they're not babied the whole time. And when you speak to certain coaches like Wayne Kirk or Mark Henry or any of these, they don't take any shit. They tell them exactly what's happening. But for some reason, there's them little pockets of, I need someone just to ball me up. And personally, I can't get on board. Like if someone is overly complimentary of something, I just get suspicious. I don't like it.
I found that when I started training in the US, when I started going to Legends, and everyone's like fucking, you know, high five, great job today. Oh, you look really strong today. Like for the first couple of months, my immediate reaction is like, you fucking with me? Why you? Yeah, fuck off. Why are you fucking with me? What's going on here? Like, but it's a weird paranoia. But like that's because culturally we're used to people fucking with each other, aren't we? Like, that's the whole thing. Is like I've just been chatting to Nick and Adam and Brendan Loughnane, and he's over in Thailand. He spent the majority of the time fucking with us because he's getting his hair cut in his house and he's got a pool outside. And
of course,
it's natural, isn't it? It's natural. It's what we do.
But I think
we used to say at Rough House is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I trust that way more. I trust that way more. You know, if someone came up and, oh yeah, saw your website, I really like it. You did a really good job. You're awesome. I'd be like, fuck off. If someone came up and was like, what's that shit you just made, you fucking dickhead. All right, clown shoes, fuck off. Walking around here like you're wearing your dad's denim jacket, fuck off. I'd be like, what? Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Fucking hell. Cheers. Poof. I'd give them I would put a chain on it. I'd lock that shit up. They're friends for life. The people, because I've got a friend and he's one of them that he needed something the other day from my world, needed something digital. And the message that came through was like it was a fluffer script for some backdoor fucking backstage porn scene where essentially it was just like fluff, 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 fluff. Like just give him all the nicest fucking things. Like, oh, easy best friend, brother, good dude, my homeboy. Can you just, if you wouldn't mind, best buddy? And I'm like, just tell me what you want, man. Just tell me what you want. I'll tell you if I can do it. Don't fucking try. I've just had it forever. People trying too hard. And you don't need any of that shit. You never need that shit. Just be real. So, yeah, I think Johnny Bones, get Tyrone to drive you about, or Mayhem Miller, or Rampage. Someone with a fucking license. Get someone with a license. I mean, even if you ask Mystery now, go back a year. If Johnny Bones would have rang you up and asked you to drive him around for a year for fucking 10 grand, would you have done it? Yes. Yes.
He would have done. He's still doing it now. He's still doing it now. He closed the channel down in a second and moved to Albuquerque.
Done. Yeah.
As long as he could shoot an AR-15 out of the car window one time, it'd be all good.
We'd have to wait 3 months for his driving license to be delivered, but he would be going down the street like fucking GTA. Fucking hell. Imagine.
Thing is, if Bones had been patient and waited a couple more weeks, he might not have been the only one driving down the street with a machine gun.
And he would have had the roads clear. He'd have had the roads clear.
Ran out of toilet roll.
Imagine. Where are you off to, Johnny Bones? Just going to get some toilet roll with your AR-15. I left my rocket launcher at home. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Man. How do you think, out of everyone, how do you think Dana feels? Because the thing is, on the eve of an event, that's bad. That's in Dana's world. You know when everything's off, America's closed, England's closed, everywhere's closed. Like, he still gets that phone call. Like, you got to go and pick your kids up from the police station. Like, all right, Dana? Yes, boss. Yeah, we've got Johnny here again. What? Yeah, we've got Johnny here again. He's been done for DWI with an AR-15. And I reckon Dana's like, are you sure this isn't just a Facebook memory? You sure it's not just like 1 year ago? Jon Jones is driving down the street with an AR-15. It's like, you sure you're not mixing it up with the old memories on Facebook? No. It's definitely here, Dana. All right. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Dana in his dressing gown and slippers, fucking fuming all the way there. John in the back, driving home like, so, all right, yeah, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. With his AR-15 in his hand. Fuck knows.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about getting him a fight anytime soon at the moment. I still don't know what's going to happen with 249. I'm just kind of waiting like everybody else to find out what's happening. They reckon they're having a full card, don't they?
Mate, someone put on YouTube, on the other aPODcalypse, they put, why don't we wait for, and I will read this out because it was a good fucking card. So
all those matchups that they
yeah. It was like UFC Eternity, ready? So Banana Man, but this guy's name is Banana Man, not Banana Man. I think Banana Man might have already been gone. So Banana Man says, let's wait until coronavirus is over and put Khabib versus Tony, Francis versus Rosenstruik, DC versus Stipe, Holloway versus Volkanovski 2, Cejudo versus Aldo, Usman versus Jorge, Woodley versus Colby, Ortega versus Korean Zombie, and Till versus Cannonier, Edwards versus Wonderboy, and Rose versus Andrade 2 on the same card. Fuck me running. Man, that would be... the thing is, if we look at this as the really dark side of things, right? The really dark side of things, and people who are seeing 249 or whatever as a really bad thing that all these high-end athletes are going to get together, imagine if it wiped them all out.
Oh, don't say that.
Imagine if we had like the fucking Vegas boat, just like a boat of offshore where we've got like, I don't know, the whole pit fighting crew from 1994 Game Boy game. And they're all on there with like sawdust on the floor and just fucking, I don't know, some old ship with Dana in the middle looking like an evil villain. And all these fighters come out. What, like, you can't risk that many people, can you, surely?
No. I reckon they should turn the Apex into a quarantine zone. So the Apex over next to the Performance Institute in Vegas.
Okay.
If they turn that into a quarantine zone, people can come in and be tested, and once they've tested and they're clear, they've got to stay there until the fight.
Yes.
Right?
Why do we do that? So if you get tested now, if I was tested now, because obviously everything takes a couple of weeks, doesn't it? So if I'm tested now, does that just mean there's nothing in there? You're looking good. So it's not like if I literally lock myself down in this room now with a bucket and a bottle of water, I'm not going to catch it. So I'm safe to train. I'm safe to fight. That's all good, right?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I've got absolutely no idea.
Did you see that double dickhead who licked a toilet seat he's got diagnosed with it and he's in hospital?
Oh, is he really? Yeah.
He doesn't deserve a hospital, right?
That's a waste of a ventilator if he's using one.
For real?
Yeah.
And did you see that as well? Trump, what actually sent me this for this specific purpose? He said there's a picture that he sent me across, which is Trump downplays need for ventilators as New Yorkers beg to differ. And Trump's statement are, I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators, the president said. But the city and state officials say they need far more than the administration is providing. Imagine if you had Donald Trump running the show. I mean, I know we've got Boris, but that might not be for much longer now he's got it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And Prince Charles got it as well.
Yeah, and this is what all the people who are saying that they're woke are saying, have they really got it? They're really lizard people. It's not really a coronavirus. It's the 5G masts from cell towers.
Oh, is that what it is? It could be fucking anything. But that video that Hector Lombard posted about the wet markets in China.
Yes, that's gross.
That needs stopping regardless of whether that's the cause of it or not. But it's definitely like I was saying the other day. I think everyone's going to have to come into contact with it and process it in some way.
Yeah.
It's the only way. It's the only way around. Because like if you look at like the times it can survive on. Hang on, my mum sent this through earlier today. Like if you look at the amount of time it can spend on surfaces, so in the air it can last for 3 hours. On copper, so like pennies, it can last for 4. Cardboard's 24 hours, but stainless steel and polypropylene plastic is 2 to 3 days. Like everywhere's full of fucking copper and stainless steel. Plastic, stainless. Yeah. Like everywhere you're going, you could completely shut down the underground in London and let one person travel a day, and that person's still going to come into contact with it on all different kinds of surfaces.
Absolutely. And did you see that the underground, they reduced the amount of trains and how often they're going? Like, don't get me wrong, you should shut the fucking lot as is, but they reduced the amount of trains. So then now the trains are rammed, and it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's, in my opinion, that's stupid. But don't you feel that if you share that video that Yoel Romero sent you, because you sent it to us and we've seen it.
Oh, Lombard, Hector Lombard.
Sorry, yeah, Lombard. The whole thing about the wet market is almost as stupid as like a Gordon Ramsay Kitchens from Hell. You know, have you ever seen one of them programs, right? He walks in, they know he's coming. They know Gordon Ramsay's going to come and have a look at their shit. And he gets there, and normal premise is he sits down, someone comes out, he calls them sweetheart, they feed him clam chowder and fucking crab cakes, and they taste like shit. He then goes back into the back, meets all the family and goes, all right, I'm Gordon, I'm going to fix your restaurant. They have a bit of a Barney, and then he has a wander around the fridge. Walks in the fridge, and it's always full of shit. And like, when was this cannelloni made? 2001? Fucking throw it. Disgusting. How old are these onions? Disgusting. And you're watching it and your stomach's kind of turning a bit thinking, you are a scruffy cunt. That's bad. That shouldn't be in your kitchen. I might have eaten there. Not to say that you wouldn't go in your own fridge and find an old fucking onion, because they hide sometimes. But he always turns them around by fucking sorting it out and cleaning it up. What it looks like is that no one has ever gone in and sorted out or cleaned up or fucking governed any wet market in China ever. It's like they've gone, right, where do you want me to stack these dogs on top of them hippos? Are you sure? Yeah. Same size cage? Yeah. Where do you want me to put these cats? Just there. They can't stop pissing. Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll just filter through the dogs and the hippos. Yeah, put it on. What about these budgies? Put them inside the hippo. This fucking stupid. Yeah. It's stupid.
It is. Like, you know those like when you buy a new fridge and you get a guide of like how to organize the shelf. So like the fish goes above the meat, it goes above the vegetables. Yeah. I don't know the order because my fridge is chaos.
Like it's dripping through.
Exactly. But like if it's important to put your fridge in order, what's going on there? Like, I mean, those videos are fucking horrendous for a start. Like bear farms and stuff like that. In that video, it was like, and this bear farm started out with 6 bears, and now it's got over 1,000. I'm like, who the fuck are these people that are farming bears for food? Yeah. Like, are we not identifying all of the problems that we've got with society right now? How fucking gross people are, and how fucking it just fucking winds me off the clock. Because like it's such a weird concept to live like that and to think that that's fucking okay. No. Like shit's bound to come out of it. Like bad stuff's bound to happen. At some point, nature's going to go, no, hang on a minute, you're fucking this up. You're fucking this all up. Like, we could do without humanity. Yeah,
we gave you chickens, we gave you dogs, but you don't cross the fuck off. Stay back.
Yeah.
We didn't stay back.
No one
that with the whole horse meat?
Cockard. No one needs Pangolin scales for whatever the fuck they're supposed to do. Like, just stay the fuck out of it and stop farming wildlife.
But it's all pub chat, isn't it? It's all 6 pint down pub chat. You know when you're just sharing a bag of scampi fries with fucking Dagenham Dave, and he's like, you know them Pangolin fucking scales? You know what they're good for? Keeping your dick hard. Are they, Dave? Yes, they are, Dave. Fucking hell, Dave. I'm going to get myself some fucking dragon tits. It's bollocks. It's not going to work. It's not going to fucking work. Trust me. It's even down the route of like the horse meat scandal. Remember when the horse meat thing came in and it's like Tesco had been putting it in lasagnas? That was bad. And people went fucking postal. And rightly so. Other than Alistair Overeem, who was like, I like this horse meat. Because if you remember, he was blaming his. Can you remember when he did the voice with Michael Chiavello? And it's like an hour. If you haven't watched Michael Chiavello meet or it's something like that. Michael Chiavello, basically, he meets Badr Hari, he meets Alistair Overeem. He does loads of them. They were like 2007, but they're fucking brilliant. But this is before Overeem's popped for anything. And they're like, before you were Ubereem, you were this big when you fought Chuck Liddell. Now you're like Optimus Prime, and he's like, yeah, she's the horse meat. So, other than Overeem, everyone else was really bothered that there was horse meat in there. Whereas no one seems to give a fuck in China. It's just like, let's sort a little bit of something out with these wet farms, because it is kind of insane, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like when I went to China, when was that? 2000, 2001? Like
back in the day, yeah.
I mean, it was a wild experience. I saw some crazy shit that I'd not anticipated, but it was different. But this time around, I mean, the last time I went was Shenzhen, when they were having the political issues, and the whole city was filled with police. Like literally, as I was being driven from the airport, there was a police officer maybe every 200 meters, all the way down the streets and everywhere. There was metal detectors as I was going into the hotel. It was crazy. And then every time I'm in a hotel room, I go in my room, the do not disturb sign goes on, and that's my space until I check out. Like, I can make my own bed and keep the place clean. If I need spare towels, I'll ask somebody for them. I like that to be my own space. So like, if I'm in a hotel, do not disturb signs on the door all the time. I felt when I was staying at that hotel, someone was still coming in my room, but they weren't doing anything. They weren't moving any towels. They weren't making the bed. They weren't removing room service trays. Nothing. So when I went to the event on the day, I decided I was going to do a proper test, took all the key cards with me, so all the lights are off, do not disturb sign on the door, left the bed unmade, left the room service tray in there, threw all the towels on the floor. When I came back, everything was the same, but the lights were all on and the do not disturb sign was switched off.
That's not covering your back, is it? If you're going to be a spy, be a good spy.
Right? Not a good spy at all.
Plus, what the fuck are you policing if there's a policeman every 200 yards, but then on your break you're eating a frog? Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's a strange place, man. They need to get a hold of that shit because that's like the thing is that if those wet markets keep functioning, like the diseases are only going to get worse.
Yeah. And even if someone went in to try and clean it, like I was just telling you before we started recording, Stace, bless her, has been on a rampage. So everyone else is on lockdown. We have jet washed the drive. We've jet washed the back. We've painted one of the sheds. We've painted the decking. She's painted the side of the house and the front of the extension. Okay? We don't stop. We don't stop. But what I have found out is that jet washers, as much as they are fucking cool and they hurt if you go across your foot, they get shit everywhere. Like when you're thinking, this is just like a broom, but with powered water. And you just fucking, instead of getting a brush and stopping and just sweeping up the side of the fence, you think, I'll just squirt it with this fucker. That shit, the next day, it is everywhere. So that the cleanup, to even start thinking about cleaning up 20 years of wet market and bear shit that's mixed in with fucking poodle whiskers and monkey lips, I don't know. It's going to take a long time. But
I think we say Gordon Ramsay in.
That's it.
Gordon Ramsay's wet market nightmares.
Monkey lips, disgusting. 2 months out of date. When did you fry these chicken fingers? You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Fucking rhino nostrils. No, I don't know, man. It's kind of to sit back and look at it, because I think it was you that said this is like a massive reset button, or was it Ollie that said it's like a massive reset? It is, but there's a lot of people that kind of aren't resetting. I mean, my sister-in-law is a key worker, and she was out and about the other day. Not only did she see a speed camera van, which is kind of bonkers, for saying that we're on lockdown, the only people that can be driving around are key workers, but you're wanting to fucking get them done for doing a 34 in a 30 zone when they might be saving your fucking life. I don't know. It's a bit silly in my eyes. Not only that, she saw a family of fucking absolute scumfuckers just sat in their garden having a garden party. There was like 15 people in this garden drinking Fosters. So clearly, you knew they were having a party because they had a box of Fosters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
think my antisocial nature is a bit of a superpower at the moment.
Yeah. I think, because the impact of the disease isn't instant and just like a full swift kick to the knackers, I reckon if every time you came into contact with someone's fucking hoofed you in the taters, full bollocks, you'd be like, oh, too close, just too close.
Yeah.
Can't do that. You'd stop. But because nothing happens, and then 2 weeks later, they're lying in bed going, it might have been when I was kissing my grandma. Yeah, don't kiss anyone. Just stop it. Just fucking stop it. I don't know.
Well, like you've heard of Eyam, right? The village in Derbyshire, Eyam.
The tiny little one.
Tiny little one. So this is a story that I've always thought was quite interesting and really creepy in a lot of ways. They did make a movie about it, which is really cool.
There's special needs people. There's a little village which has got it's just a load of special needs people. The look on your face is now telling me that everyone in Eyam is not special needs. So just for a disclaimer.
No, the story, I can't remember the year of it, but it was the bubonic plague. Remember when we got the bubonic plague in the UK, when we were
when we got it, when the rats were kicking about, little fuckers.
Yeah. So the story of Eyam. I'm going to pull it up on Wikipedia so I can get the date. Yeah, Eyam plague, the Black Death. So yeah, it was in the 1660s, right?
Yeah.
So basically what it was, the bubonic plague broke out in London. And someone had shipped blankets. They shipped like on a horse and cart, blankets from London to Eyam, the little village in Derbyshire. and the blankets had fleas on them that were infected with the bubonic plague. So then people in the village started to get sick from the plague that was in London. As soon as they realized, the whole village went into quarantine, like self-quarantine. And you can go and visit this place. It's a creepy place, beautiful in the summer because they've got all the flowers and stuff out, but there's just this kind of weird air about the place. And you know how small villages are, especially in the 1660s. Like 260 people died in that village, and I think it was almost the entire population. And but they self-quarantined to the point where people were bringing food to the edge of the village, and they were going. They had these stones, because you can hike all around Derbyshire, as you know, through the national park. Like, they've got these big stones on like the borders of the village, which are a mile away from the houses, and they've got little holes that have been hollowed out in the stones where they would fill them with vinegar and leave money.
So it's clean.
So they were clean. So then people from neighbouring villages would bring, and they would leave bread and eggs and whatever else at the stones, and then people from the village would go and they would leave the currency in vinegar to disinfect it. But like to think that you've got I'm in a village right now. Say there's 500 people in this village, and we go, okay, we have a village meeting. Half of us are sick. Majority of us are going to die. Let's contain it here and take the hit for the country.
Yeah.
I don't know many fucking places in the UK that could do that now.
Not one.
Like, there's going to be at least one person that's going to go, oh no, fuck it, I'm leaving, and then they go and they spread it to the next village, and then the next village, and
they'd do a TikTok of them wrapping the fucking infested blanket around themselves like a cape and getting on a moped and fucking off to the next village. You know they would, because it's funny. Yeah. And that's what you'd get. I mean, you imagine getting them blankets delivered, you're like, oh, how soft are these? No, don't touch them. What? Don't touch the plague blankets. Oh, what? Yeah, you're going to die now. You're like, oh, really? From my lovely warm blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying, because you can't see it. Because you can't see it, and because it's not instant. I mean, I like a lot of the memes of people that are just saying, I thought I had COVID-19, but I realised I just had way too much weed last night. They're the perfect ones. They're the perfect ones.
Yeah, check this. So it's history of the plague village began in 1665 when a flea-infested bundle of cloth arrived from London for a local tailor. Within a week, his assistant, George Vickers, was dead, and more began dying in the household soon after. And then it talks about how they introduced a number of precautions to stop the disease spreading in May of 1666. It's a bit creepy that there are 3 6s in that year, but anyway, Carry on. So the plague ran its course over 14 months, and 260 of 350 people died in the village.
Shit.
That's crazy, isn't it? But see, the difference is, right, this is different because people get sick, they get flu. We're not seeing the people on the ventilators in the hospitals.
No.
If that was publicised a bit more, then the knobheads that are having garden parties and still going to the fucking seaside and shit, they might have a bit of a reality check. Because the sensible ones among us, that we know that's going on, even though we don't need to see it.
Mate, that's it.
The difference with this is that, like, you've heard the nursery rhyme, Ring a Ring of Roses.
Yeah.
That's about the boils on their skin, the fucking sores that they would break out in.
Yeah.
If people were breaking out in sores, people would be staying at home.
Or licking it for a vine. Do you know what I mean?
Any toilet seat lickers, just...
But I just don't think you need to I don't think you necessarily need a ventilator or to be going to hospital like that, because there's certain people who aren't getting treatment, and then you've got fucking Disco Dave licking a toilet seat, and it's like, dude, it's like, did you see that kid? There was a kid in Australia, I think it was Australia, about a year ago, 18 months ago, ate a slug as a dare. He's dead. It sent him into shock. Yeah, he was paralysed for 6 months or whatever. He's dead now. That's right. That's the kind, like nursery rhymes back in the day. The majority of nursery rhymes were warnings to say, yo, little fuckers, don't fuck about because you'll die. That was their way of getting things around, and it worked. Whereas now, they don't seem to learn fuck all. They don't seem to listen to jack shit. They think they're invincible. And it's like, I mean, my niece put something on the other day, and she said it was a joke meme from her that said, I'm not bothered about coronavirus because I'm too young, in the same vein that I'm not bothered about global warming because I'm too old, that's essentially what all the kids are thinking nowadays.
Yeah, which couldn't be more selfish if you tried.
Exactly. And that is, I think, how a lot of them are looking at it. They're just, I don't know, like, bring back nursery rhymes. Just bring back nursery rhymes full of ventilators and stuff. I mean, there was the video of the guy. Did you see the video of the guy in the XL Arena? And he was filming himself, and it's like fucking a morgue big enough for 4,000 people, or a hospital big enough for 4,000 people, and it's essentially the XL Arena, which I've done shows there before. So it's fucking massive. It's not like you think you could throw a tennis ball the length of it. You probably couldn't. It's fucking long. And he was like, I wasn't taking it seriously, and now I've seen this, and it's really bad. And like you said, people need to see that visual. That just it's the easiest thing is to stay in. It's not like you're saying, all right, you have to stay at work with one set of clothes and no food. That's not the thing. You've got to stay in a caravan. No, it's not. You just stay in your own home. Mm. And most people have got enough food for last them a couple of weeks. Easy.
Yeah.
It's just the foodies amongst us that want to season it with something tasty. That's a problem. Because I might run out of mirin to do my fucking sesame chicken. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I can go without.
Right.
I can use some other fucking seasoning. That's the headache. Because I mean, I was talking to Sam, and obviously, you know, my office is 5-10 minutes away in the countryside, and Jason, who works in the opposite office to us, got stopped by the police. Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you up to? And he had to. He is a key worker, but he had to justify it and show him that he was going to site, and he had a load of fucking stuff in the back of his van. But I think it's slowly getting more serious. But I just think it needs to be that stern, your mum telling you off, and not even having to say anything, just looking at you with that stern, the fuck are you doing, dickhead? Get back inside.
Maybe we need to bring that Your Country Needs You Kitchener poster. You know, the guy with the hat pointing.
It was just someone's mum with like an old fucking doily. You know, the old dolly fucking things tied up. I'm doing this as if you know what I mean.
Just my grandma just pointing like that. Like
that's too severe. Too severe. People would never come out again. If it was Nana Barb, they'd be like, oh, because she'd probably have some of your merch behind her that she's stolen from the event that day. So they'd be like, she means fucking business. She's got a 17-foot poster in the back of her car. He's my grandson. I'm having it.
We've got a family chat on WhatsApp, and it's quite funny following them because they're out in the garden. Everything that they own is being jet washed, pressure washed.
Of course.
And I think my granddad's next. I think he's driving up the wall. So I'm like, these don't look like coronavirus symptoms. They look like wounds from a fork.
These are like DV. Stop beating him up. You can't beat him up, Bob. Honestly, mate. You know, if you hit yourself with a jet wash, it's fucking strong.
Hey, when am I ever going to handle a jet wash? You've seen my house.
I'm not, but right. I'm stood outside in a pair of shorts and nothing else. I'm not going to wear shoes while I'm jet washing. That's just stupid, right? So I'm just fucking whipping away. Next minute, stay sat. Just pick up the brush. You sweep for a little bit, and I'll fucking jet wash. And I was like, cool, no worries. So I'm doing this, and next minute I turn around, and she's just fucking at me, bang, straight up the leg. Honestly, it took paint off of our decking. That's how strong it is. And I've got really sensitive skin at the best of times. So you imagine now when I took a whole fucking thing to the leg. Yeah, they're fucking good weapons. I think that's how I defend myself. That'll be my apocalypse, fucking my instant, like, trying to put battlements around my house. I might just have a jet wash on each corner. Like the Brave Star. You remember Brave Star, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Brave Star.
It's the strength of a bear, right? Strength of a bear.
Feet of a puma. Eyes of a hawk. Yeah, and he, what was his horse called? He had a horse with a fucking Mary Jane rifle.
Silver.
2020.
Was it?
The horse was called 2020, I think.
Oh, hang on, it's a sign.
Or was it 4040?
Oh, it can't be 4040. That's a whole other plague.
That's another 20, yeah, well, 2020 years. 2,220, I don't know. I'm not doing maths now. I'm off. I'm on lockdown. I've done enough fucking maths and homework. I can tell you how to order a cheeseburger in Spanish, or I can tell you how to order chips in French.
That's no use to you. Nobody's selling cheeseburgers in Spain anymore.
You mean una hamburguesa con queso? I think that's what you fucking mean. Do you know what I need? Lots of cerveza. Beer, mate. That's all I need. Fucking hell. Honestly. Problems with foreign language homework. Do we need it? No. They're on lockdown. We're going to sink the islands.
Yeah. I've never needed any of the German that I learned at school.
Did I ever tell you when I went to secondary school, I signed up to German, and basically I was sat with all my friends in the class, year 7, with my blazer on and my briefcase all starched up, and I'm like, must be good. And so they started going around the room, and they're like, all right, we're going to learn this next, blah, blah, blah. And this bloke walked in behind us that I later found out to be the Spanish teacher, and he just walked in and just got my head, someone else's head, and I went round about 4 or 5 people and just went, you, come on. And because not enough people had signed up to Spanish, we all got fucked off to Spanish. What the fuck? Just because the fucking teacher couldn't justify his job for an hour, like, leave. I'm quite happy with German, my dude. Yeah, I got fucked off into Spanish. So I now know how to say castanets, which is quite a cool word to say, which is cacanuelas, which I quite like.
Very nice.
I believe it's cacanuelas, but it might not be. And I can order cheeseburgers.
Wow.
2 of them.
That'll be if McDonald's opens up.
Yeah, mate. No, fuck that place. Fuck that place. That's fucking crazy.
So what's on your quarantine menu today?
What did I get? What for food? For dinner? I've got 3 ribeye steaks. So I'll normally season them just with salt and pepper. That's it. Then I'll put a pan on, and the pan's got to be red hot, smoking hot. And then it'll get like 3 minutes each side, so it's kind of medium well. It's got a bit of crisp on the edge, but nice and soft, but not much blood. And I might do that with, I'm probably going to make homemade hash browns, which if you haven't done this, the fucking next level. Basically, you get some just normal potatoes and put them through a cheese grater. Once you put them through a cheese grater, salt and pepper it heavy. Then the white of an egg and some flour just binds it together. And then get your cookie cutters, like your normal pastry cutters, and do them about this thick, about a centimetre, maybe less, and then just squash them through. And if you want, you can freeze them first so it makes them easier to sort of shallow fry, or you can just drop them straight in. But if you do that, like make a steak baguette with steak and hash browns, it's kind of fucking tasty. It's apocalypse food, isn't it? Apocalypse. You've got a food on the go. If any told me jet wash in this hand, and I've got a baguette in this hand, fuck off, zombies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've got it locked down. Well, what have you? How's your food situation? You got plenty of snap? Snap. That's a very Midlands word.
Snap.
Yeah,
plenty of stuff. Had some lovely salmon pasta last night. I'm being looked after. I'm doing very little. I'm doing very little cooking. There's emergency protein bars in the fridge. Coffee filters are all out though, so I've had to go back to the cafeteria.
In the
big ones. Yeah, no, not the AeroPress. We're good for
the
one.
I've got a box in the office. If I get to the office, I will post out a box of filters and the new coffee, because the new coffee is fucking next level.
Is it?
And I've got 24 bags to myself.
Oh, shit. I've got 1 bag of the Mahembe left. I'm going to break open tomorrow.
Yeah, I think all the Mahembe, Sidamo and Debo went. At the office, I've got House and I've got is it a Reacher?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if I can get any more parcels out, this is what I was going to say. This is what I've put a message on the website, because people are still buying, which is fucking brilliant. And I can't say how much we appreciate it, because obviously you're keeping us going. But yesterday, I decided to go and fulfill a number of orders, to which I saw no one on the way there. In my office, I saw no one. Once I'd made the orders, I saw no one. The problem was when I got to the post office. And the post office I use are fucking brilliant. They're the nicest people that I deal with day to day. But the gap between where I'm stood and the fridge of White Lightning, White Stripe, and Hooch cheap alcohol. I don't mean Hooch as in moonshiners, motherfucker. I mean Hooch as in alcoholic lemonade. That gap is about this big. And when Chunky Lafanga comes in, who is this big, and wants to like accost me with his man tits and gut and push me out of the way with all his cheese just to get his bottle of White Lightning, I can't do that for anyone. I can't start sending you parcels because I'm being touched up by a fucking freaky fat ghost. It's not nice.
That's no
Plus, they're all about just coffee. You know when people are that convinced it's nothing, they're like, look, trust me, it's nothing. Nothing, I'm fine, see? Yeah, that's not nothing, my dude. So the position we're in at the minute is there are a number of things that I have to have made. Oh, the new beanies, we haven't got a mass stock of the new beanies because as a small independent, what we do is we make one of the items to get the pictures right on the website and everything else. If you guys like it, then what we do is we then, when we've sold them, we start making them. And normally that turnaround is, say, a day. I get the stock delivered. I drive straight to the Mandy that does all our sewing for us, and then it's posted the next day, which works really well because we're never sat with too much stock. That's why we never go into sale. We don't ever have to put anything on discount because you guys support your own hobby or whatever you want to buy. We just make it as we need it. So things like the bags and the beanies are low. The lanyards that people love, which are fucking brilliant, are all at your house.
Yeah.
So I can't get them at the minute. I've not even seen them. So if I can get to the office and I can get down there and I can fulfill whatever people have asked for, I will completely do that. But if I can't, it's just a bit of a waiting game. It's just I need people to either lock down the post office similarly to the way that they've locked down supermarkets. Because up near us, I don't know if it's similar to where you are now, there's a line outside. So it's a real spaced out line that you have to wait your turn to get in to go do your shop and then fuck off home, that's cool. That's fine. Post offices aren't necessarily doing that at the minute. So you've got a lot of people just milling in and out. And as much as I'm not a paranoid maniac, it just kind of, I just kind of find myself, because all I'm doing is stood placing something on scales and passing it over. I've got a lot of time to think and a lot of time to look at the people that I'm mixing with that are all kind of mental. And yeah, as much as I love the people that support us, I don't want to get coronavirus because I'm posting parcels. And obviously, you don't want to open your parcel and it be like something off The Simpsons where it comes out like a visible fucking gas and consumes your head just for a cool T-shirt.
No, we can slow down for a bit. It's the world's given us a timeout at the moment, and I don't know why more people aren't making the most of it. So I won't worry about it. So if you place the orders and you get them, then you get them. And if you don't, then it's because we're looking after Owen and we're keeping him away from the grubby ones.
It. So whoever normally comments super negative on the YouTube channel, if I start getting a load of orders from that guy because he's just trying to send me out into the zombie apocalypse, then you're going to have to wait for your order, my dude. I don't know his name, but he's very vocal when it comes to me. So this is the one time that he might be able to kill me without even touching me. This is a bit like a Black Mirror sketch, isn't it?
I'm telling you, it's your missus. I'm telling you. Stacey's set up a new account on YouTube.
She's got half a dozen. I can normally tell because she punctuates very well. And she, even though she wants to come across as a scumbag, nasty bitch, she still punctuates and puts nice commas and capital letters and stuff in. So I know that it's her. But I think sometimes it's. That was the thing. Did you see that thing that on Don't Fuck with Cats? It's a Netflix documentary about the guy. I know you won't watch it because of the cat side of things, but the way they catch him is they were analysing a lot of the way that he wrote his texts, and I think he'd do like whenever he wrote a certain word or a comma, he'd do like a double space and a lowercase letter or something like that. So this is it. If you want to be a full tilt psychopath and you want to be a bit special, you've got to change everything about your game. So if Stace does want to say more nasty things on there, she'll probably be listening behind the trapdoor now, just getting text ready to fire in. He's a dickhead. Yeah. So have you managed to catch up on anything good after we spoke, other than fights?
No, not really. I've been watched Big Mouth. Started watching Public Enemies last night and couldn't keep interest in that. I did watch it before, but I just couldn't stay focused on it.
It's slow, isn't it?
Yeah. I ended up putting QI on. I can watch QI all day.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I always feel like I'm learning something. It's easy to watch. I'm honestly, like, PlayStation has not been on. I've not even turned the PlayStation on. So it's going to need like 300 gigabytes of updates. Oh, look at him.
Yeah, this is Henzo. This is Hennessy. Oh, my dude. He's just been up here. I didn't even realise. He's just been up here chewing everything that's plastic. So when Moo comes up in a minute, she's going to kick off because he's destroyed her bedroom. But there's an 11 gig update for Call of Duty, and I only know that tonight because it's Friday night, and I'll be playing tonight.
Oh, right. I'll have to get it plugged in and fired up then.
Yeah, just
that's my last bastion of sanity if I need it. But I'm doing absolutely fine right now. I'm actually just doing a lot of sitting quietly. Dude,
I wish I could. Stay said to me the other day, she said, I know why you're so fucking grumpy. And I was like, why? And she's like, because you're getting no time to yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my children beyond words. And my wife. But, you know, all you wait for when you have kids is you wait for them to say something. And both of my children's first words were daddy. They can't stand me now. They think I'm a prick. But the thing is, all you wait for is to hear that word, daddy. But you know when you've heard it 7,000 times before 8 a.m. and it's not even for anything important. I'm not saying I would kill children, but fucking hell. The amount of times you just, I don't know, you just hulk up. And I think she's right. Everyone needs 5 minutes to themselves. That's why our toilets at the minute are like hot property. If you can get into the toilet, it just means you can ignore someone for fucking 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just get away. Just run away and hide. Because normally I'm working in an evening. So they all go to bed at about, the kids go to bed at say 8:30 upstairs. They have an hour just watching TV and chilling and winding down to about 9:30. By that time, they're normally both asleep anyway because they're lightweights. Whereas then me and Stacey will go to bed, or Stacey will go to bed at say 10:30. I normally sit up then till about 1 o'clock just working on graphics, website, because I can. Because I can put some cod shit on TV, like the Tiger King or whatever the fuck is on Netflix at the minute, and sort of overdose on that. But it's the whole time I'm working. And because I'm not getting those 5 minutes at the minute, it's fucking killing my brain, man. It's killing my brain. I took the dogs today. I tell you what, this is very positive. This whole coronavirus is positive for people who don't normally walk their dogs. Because I'm seeing thousands of dogs that I'm not normally seeing, and fat people walking them.
Yeah.
And I'm not I am generalising there quite a bit, but I've never seen these people before, and I've lived here for 15 years, and I've never seen their dogs even like, what's all this?
Back legs on a skateboard.
Yeah. This was just up the fucking road.
All this time?
All this time. You fucking arsehole. Yeah, man. Yeah, so...
They get together after the end of this and give us a new disease, so we have to do it again.
Mate, the dogs are fucking loving it. Even earlier today, I took, obviously only me, I took the 3 boys and we went round the woods because it's walking distance. I didn't see anyone when I got there. Didn't see anyone when I went round the first corner. Obviously, you've been on the walk, you know what I mean? So there's a long straight. And so I'm walking along, no one in sight. And next minute, I just see this fucking massive Alsatian. And he's in his own field. He didn't say anything, but he alerted me to another little cockapoo that these old women were walking. So obviously I'm walking along and I'm like, come on, boys, let's go. And dogs don't give a fuck. They don't listen to the warnings because I don't think they can get it. But then, you know how awkward it is to try and maintain 2 meters apart to then actually physically remove your dog from another dog's bumhole? It's when there's an old lady who clearly cares so much about this little ball of fur that's her little baby. And Ben's just like, all right, mate, just getting your fucking vitals. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you're a pedigree girl, are you? Nice. Yeah, very nice. And you're like, come here, mate. What the fuck? So, yeah, we might be on a register now. We might not be allowed back. But I get 5 minutes there. And obviously tonight I'll be playing online with the boys till late. But the one thing I wanted to let you know on as far as Netflix, because it's important that we update you on Netflix, Ozark 3 is out.
I've not watched any, but they're worth the watch.
Yo, that's fucking super lockdown watch. Yeah, Jason Bateman's the fucking man. And in between, watch Horrible Bosses and pretend he's the same character, but what he's doing in between Ozark is this is his second family. He just nips out and tries to fuck Jennifer Aniston. It's a bit of a head fuck.
Is it Charlie Day? Is that his name? Is he in it?
Oh mate, yes, Charlie Day is in it, and Charlie Day's in Horrible Bosses, not.
So who are you talking about?
Jason Bateman.
Oh, okay.
The one who was in The Bluths with the fried bananas.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I've seen it advertised. I did put the first episode of Taboo on again last night.
What are you saying? Got back into it, or was it?
Yeah, I like it, but I like Tom Hardy's good, and I like weird voodoo shit. So
Yeah, and Scrooby is Pips in there, isn't he?
Of course he is. Yeah.
See, because of what I was saying before of me just overdosing on TV that I'm not really watching, it's been I watch a lot of the things I like American Chopper. You remember when they'd get a bike and they'd build it by the end of the episode? Really, it's taken months. So there's a couple of series on Netflix that have just come out, which is one is Rust Valley. That's fucking wicked.
What's that one?
There's a new one of that come out where they flip the stuff. There's also what's it called? Sin City Motors, which is based in Vegas, and it's basically Steve Darnell, and he gets like a Model A Ford and chops the top off and turns it into a rat rod. That's fucking cool. That's really cool. And there's one called Twin Turbos, which is basically the DeBerti family that they race cars, but they also make cars. So I sit there and I see them pull up like with this old heap of shit rust bucket, and then by the time I finish doing what I'm doing, I look up and it's like a shiny brand new car.
Yeah.
To watch. And The Gentleman, Guy Ritchie.
I remember this the other day. Yeah.
We've said this so many times. Would you rather be in Guy Ritchie film or a Tarantino film? I think he's got to go back to Guy Ritchie now.
Really?
Man, Hugh Grant
still on the Tarantino side.
Wait, this one just shows his genius. It's so good. It's like, I know he did King Arthur, and we can't be mad at everyone for fucking up once, but it's brilliant. And even with the cast, like Hugh Grant, I wasn't sure about, and Charlie Hunnam, I wasn't sure about. Only because, I always struggle with Sons of Anarchy. I know I get the premise, and I kind of liked the idea of a biker gang, but it was just overacted. I could never get into it because Charlie Hunnam is a British lad that was in Queer as Folk, like just running around causing a bit of mischief. And now he's a super rock hard motorbiker with bright white fucking Air Force Ones on. I'm like, you're not a fucking biker with Leela from fucking Futurama, you maniac. So I never really got into it. But yeah, Charlie Hunnam was outstanding. And Hugh Grant was a cheeky, chappy reporter, which he played it out of his socks. He was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
There was that. And don't watch. This is your overrated, underrated segment. Do watch the Gentleman. Don't watch. Is it Blood Point or Bloodspot? Bloodspot. Vin Diesel.
Oh, you texted me about this. I thought you misspelled Bloodsport.
No, Bloodsport.
Vin Diesel wasn't in Bloodsport.
Yeah, Owen, mate, you just lost it. So, Bloodspot is apparently it's a comic book adaptation. And Vin Diesel is in the army and he dies, gets killed in action, but they bring him back. They bring him back and he's got like all special bits that can super heal and all the rest of it. So a bit like a poor man's RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
But not even the good, what's your name, son? Murphy. Not that good RoboCop. Bad RoboCop, head on a stick. You know, the new one where it's just like, just his head's left and a spinal cord.
Yeah.
What were you thinking, boys? So we tried to watch it, but I don't know if it's just me. Vin Diesel getting mad at the establishment is just old now.
Yeah, that was Triple X, wasn't it?
And Fast and Furious and Pitch Black and any other fucking film that he's ever been in. There's never been a time when he's got on with the fucking, when he's done what he's been told to do, has he?
The only Pitch Black, I enjoyed Pitch Black when it first came out, but that's because I had no preconceived conceptions of Vin Diesel at the time. So it was like he was a new actor at the time for me. So I watched Pitch Black and I enjoyed it. But then, well, I mean, the thing is, it's just like those actors, they tend to fill the same role every time, don't they?
They do a bit, but you've got to kind of walk out of that because did you know that he had a twin brother who looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
I did not.
He does. Honestly, Google it after this. It's fascinating. Vin Diesel's got a twin brother who's got like a big bushy ginger afro, and he looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Do you know John Anik's got a twin?
Who has?
John Anik.
Can his name be Angelic?
Angelic. I tell you, honestly, he has a twin. If you didn't see them next to each other, it would fool you. You could drop him in onto a broadcast and be like, "What's going on with John Anik today?" It's weird seeing them together. We should
kidnap one of them and get him jacked up to the gills, just to be like a super experiment, a bit like Bloodspot. And what we could do, we could turn him into a killer and then like send him in to interview one of the fighters afterwards. But if Nate's fighting again for the tattoo thing, he can interview him beforehand and then go in the cage afterwards and be like, "All right, motherfucker, what you saying now?" And he's got his old Quagmire wanking arm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But the one thing on Vin Diesel, the one thing is, if The Rock doesn't get on with him, is that like a dog not liking someone? I'm not saying Vin Diesel that Rock's a dog, but you know, if your dog doesn't like someone, the dog's normally fucking right, aren't they? If the dog walks up to someone and goes, "You're a cunt," you believe the dog. 9 times out of 10, they know. They can smell a cunt. Whereas if The Rock, who is the nation's favourite, everyone's fucking hero, Maui, for fuck's sake, from Moana, he doesn't get on with Vin Diesel.
Is that right? They genuinely don't get on?
No, because he said that Vin Diesel's got a bad work ethic. This isn't verbatim, clearly. This isn't The Rock's fucking... He's not been texting me. But he said, like, they'd turn up to do a one of the Fast and the Furious 100, whatever the fucking film it was. But he said that he would turn up late, he was disrespectful to people, apparently. But so, if The Rock doesn't like someone...
So there was a movie where there was a fight scene between the two of them, right?
Yes.
Because I tweeted after that fight scene, and I tweeted, "I wonder who would actually win the fight between The Rock and Vin Diesel." And The Rock answered and said that he'd kick Vin Diesel's ass.
That's
yeah, replied to my tweet. So that makes sense. I just thought he was joking, but I reckon that's the headline of the 250 if we can't find something else. UFC 250, The Rock v Vin Diesel.
I reckon you'd get an explosive 30 seconds, which isn't the title of my porn film. Or
and then a amount of failed USADA tests.
Yeah. And then it would turn into Houston Alexander against fucking Kimbo. Just dancing. Straight dancing. Did we? I know. Obviously, we've got to cut this because otherwise we're going to just sit here chatting shit all day. Was there anything else in any of the comments that we needed to answer?
I don't remember. We got some suggestions of good fights to review. So I'm going to start getting this list together. I've kind of been on holiday mode, to be honest. I mean, with ice cream in the fridge and the sun's out, so I've kind of been treating this like a bit of a holiday.
Yeah.
Even the last few months have been mental. I'm kind of feeling like this is the rest I've been gifted by the universe. But there were some good ones.
This is the best thing that could have happened for you to slow you down, just to ground you for a week, because people they obviously see you at the events, but I mean, me and you always try and fit in either a podcast or a meeting between, and sometimes it's like, oh, I've got an hour free Wednesday-ish, and you're like, it's crazy. You are the busiest person that I know, but yeah, you will always have time, always have time to watch Brian Stan versus Vanderlei, won't you? Always,
absolutely. There's some good ones in it. Nate Diaz, Josh Thompson.
Yeah, got knocked out.
That was Nate, not Nick.
Nate got knocked out by Josh. Head kick. Not
the Josh Thompson fight that always sticks out in my mind is the one with Eve Edwards. That was one of the best finishes ever.
No.
That'll be on the list. I'll break that finish down, as well as the Scott Smith-Pete Cell fight as well.
Yeah, and can you do the Scott Smith and Paul Daly? Because these fights all need to be titled, "Is he dead?" Do Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the is he dead fight. So someone's making a Millennium Falcon ready to make on their bed. Fucking respect to you. Website's looking great. Thank you, Stace. Whoever. That's not. It's Keith O'Meara, but it's probably one of Stace's alter egos. So thank you, darling.
Ronnie McFarlane gave us an update from the Netherlands to say that they are self-isolating. All right, fellas, I'm in Amsterdam, and let's be clear, they're not going for the herd immunity. We're isolating here as well. Our schools and non-essential businesses are closed before yours, including the coffee shops. I feel sorry for these people. Wow. And then someone called Angie replied, I'm from the Netherlands too, and I can confirm this. Still don't know why some idiots went to the beach, though.
They're everywhere. The thing is, they are everywhere, but they're not ever the ones that get caught up in it. They're just going to, 40 years from now, they're going to be sat again, fucking coronavirus. Fucking load of bollocks, darling. Load of bollocks. It's the nan off of fucking Catherine Tate, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a fucking liberty. Corona. Fucking bollocks.
Yeah. You come up to infect me. You come up to infect me, ain't you? I know.
All right, sweetheart. Coming to infect me.
Yeah, we got some good fight recommendations. So I am gonna fire the TV up and record some little breakdowns, because at some point I'll be bored of doing nothing. I am just genuinely enjoying. I'm finding myself just staring at the wall.
Mate, the thing is, I've now used up an hour and a half of my kid-free time to be able to talk to you, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. However, I'm now in a deficit to my wife. That means I'm probably going to have to give her 3 hours of watching the kids so that she can have an hour and a half that I owe her, plus the hour and a half that would be rightfully hers next. Not both don't want to spend time with their kids, but there is a lot of time where you need to free your brain. I have bought some Switch games. Luckily, we had a delivery from Amazon. I bought the new Sonic. The dog's sneezing again. Sorry. He might be trying to tell me something.
Did he get coronavirus from that bumhole he was smelling earlier?
That was Ben. He's just a dirty boy. Like, he is literally, he's just fully, mate, he gets everyone's digits. He doesn't care. He's just straight in. Okay. You live up the road. Yeah. You have a biscuit meal.
He's a toilet if he was a human.
Oh, mate. None of my dogs are bothered about the toilet. They want to be in the toilet with you when you're there, just to sit with you, but they're not a big toilet drinker or a pan licker. Pan licker! I don't think there's anything else other than someone did say breaking down one-round fights, which is Daly Diaz and Brown versus Orlovsky. Brown versus Orlovsky is good. And I think there's a certain time between now and when one of them gets really ill from that fight because of what it did to their brains. Yeah, that it's okay to review it. Like, I
kind of did that. I think I kind of did that fight for one of the Inside the Octagons. Or we did a UFC breakdown on it as well, because I was talking about the right hand to back fist that Orlovsky kept doing. Yeah. That difference in that fight is that he kept throwing his hand past and then pulling the back fist. Caught Travis Brown twice with it. Yeah, I've got a list on my phone of lists that I need to make. So I've got a whole bunch of ideas of what I want to break down. It's just a case of getting on it.
Yeah, but there's no rush, dude. You don't need to turn your brain onto that kind of world at the minute, I don't think. As much as I like to hear it, and obviously everyone else likes to hear it, I think it's nicer to know that your brain is getting a refresh from just being overdosed on statistics and numbers and fights and people. Like, don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but sometimes it's nice to go, who the fuck was that guy that fought that guy that did that? Do you know what I mean? It was Caleb Stones against Nate Quarry. There, you're already there, man. You're already there. But you know what I'm saying? And it's nice that you're gonna have a fucking wind down.
Yeah. Well, I'm anticipating UFC 249 to be big, so I'm anticipating doing loads of war rooms for that. Because obviously Inside the Octagon's been cancelled. That was one of the comments I got recently. Inside the Octagon for UFC 249 is not happening.
So could you and Johnny G's do one of these, or would you just do a war room?
I'm just gonna go big on war rooms. I'm gonna do like a good, probably 30, 40-minute war room on the main event, and then see what else the card looks like. See what fights are on there. See what one's breaking down. I mean, to be honest, if all 5 fights on the main card are good, then I'll break every one of them down because we've got the time.
Yeah, why not? So what do you want to do with it? Do you want to do I mean, I like catching up with you guys anyway, because obviously I've been speaking to Mystery before, and it's always nice to know what you're doing. But what do you want to do? We just keep encouraging people to write shit below, and we can.
I reckon so. I reckon we'll do another one of these Monday or something, shall we?
Sounds good.
Weekend, so you can tell me about your quarantine weekend.
Have you got anything planned for your quarantine weekend other than Millennium Falcon?
I've got nothing planned. I didn't even realise it was Saturday tomorrow. Hi. I didn't realise it was Saturday tomorrow.
Can you time lapse the Millennium Falcon?
Well, this is something that I have been working on because I moved the drawing board into my office, and unboxing and building Lego sets is coming.
Okay.
It is coming because I mean that Millennium Falcon. If that's a time lapse, I'm going to need to order more memory cards.
Yeah,
it's set forever.
It's fucking massive. I don't know where are you going to put it when it's done.
Fuck knows.
There is a company that makes stands for.
Someone recommended it. I've just started following someone on Instagram that does special cases for it. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It'll go in my office somewhere, but it needs a big case. I might try and build it. Do you remember that guy that remember when his wife died? He was missing her so much that he went and had her body dug up and put in like an airtight coffin in the main room. I
do not remember that. What the fuck?
I think I need a coffee. I think I'm needing like a coffee table that's like an airtight coffee table with the Millennium Falcon in it,
with like carbonite edges, with Han on the side like that. Yes, I think people have made Millennium Falcon coffee tables.
Yeah, even the box is cool. To be honest, I'd use the box as a coffee table personally, but it's I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And now I've got all these Lego ships that are built up. You can see the Imperial flagship and the Silent Veronica behind me.
Man, it's just nice to see them back again, man. When's your new set out? The one that you saw?
I don't know. That might be the first unbox and build time lapse that I do. Barracuda Bay, I think it's called.
Nice.
I can't not get it.
Essentials. Lego is an essential. It truly is. Yeah. Well, it's been good talking to you, man, and I'm glad that you're both all right, and Mystery, even though he's on mute.
Yeah, where are you, Mystery? He's nipped to the shop.
He's having a poo. He needs a poo. I have got my biohazard hat on. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I love that. I need one of those. This is a bit of a pisser, really, because I've got the lanyards. Next time I'm going to have to wear all the lanyards around my neck.
You've literally got.
You've got all the new kit, and I'm still rocking old school custom stuff.
Everything. I've got everything. Yeah, man, you've got all of it. You've got one-offs that no one's ever seen, and I've got the stuff that's now available, but
no one can get hold of.
You know, one of the things which is next level, which I can't speak highly enough of, that I've used every day for homework, is our pens. They are.
I haven't got either.
They're the tits, honestly, man. And I know it's a stationery set, and we are a lifestyle brand, and we're a fight company, and all the rest of it. But fuck me, they are the best shit you can get. There's a pen, a mechanical pencil, and there's even 3 vintage scribes in there. They're proper, just is it middleweight, heavyweight, and lightweight? But there might have been a small oversight from this person and no one else that the pencils don't actually fit inside the tin. The black ones do. The black metal mechanical pencil and pen fits inside perfectly, but the 3 pencils cannot be caged. No, they fight their own game.
A good little self-defense tip though is 2 sharpened pencils taped together.
Maybe I'd just sell them with some Scotch tape.
No, this was genuinely an idea I was thinking earlier today. This is something I think we need to do. So the foam nunchucks that I use to train with, right?
Yeah.
I've never had a pair that aren't shit. They're always too light. They're always coming apart. So I have a system. I order the chucks, and then I bind them with tape. I bind them with string, and then I tape them. Right. So it's a good set of practice chucks. I think what we need to do is we need to order a box of the chucks and tape and rope, and we'll send them out in kits, and I'll make a video of how to make your own like decent set of practice chucks, and then we can start doing tutorial videos with them.
Dude, that'd be sick. That'd be good. Because there's a lot of, like, at the minute, you know, for kids, You are on there, dude. You are on. Fucking hell, you are needy. Desperate to be on there. There's a load of science kits for kids now where you get all the ingredients, if you like cotton swabs and fucking. Have you seen the one where people put pepper on some water? If you put a load of pepper on some water and put your finger in it, the pepper sticks to your finger. If you put a load of fucking pepper in water and then drop soap in the water, it pushes the pepper away, just to teach kids about how things spread. So that could be our pepper on water.
There we go.
It would be called pepper on water. That's all it would be now. And the 50 people that watch this video would get it.
Be even better if we could have a salt and pepper grinder.
As a chuck.
Now we're onto something.
It's kind of a sore subject. My salt mill fell out the cupboard the other day and smashed.
Oh.
And as you know, I like cooking. And I had it was from TK Maxx. It was made by Chef N. So Chef 'N. And you know, in TK Maxx, the homewares section, there's all the shit that poor people can afford. It's like there might be crockery sets of just a pepper grinder or just a salt mill or just a Le Creuset teapot without a lid. Loads of shit like that. So basically, shit that TK Maxx should be thrown away, but they're trying to make a couple of quid. And I found this Chef N salt mill, which is really fucking smart. Like when you turn it upside down, it's got all the cogs in see-through plastic. Fucking brilliant. Turns out when it falls out of the top shelf of a fucking cupboard and it's my floor, it smashes.
Hold up. That's a bastard, isn't it?
The
problem is every time you season something with salt, you're not sure whether you get little bits of plastic in there as well.
Or the super glue that I fixed it with.
Oh, well, if you fixed it with super glue, then that'd be delicious.
It's just that the hallucinations are sometimes they're not as good as what you expect them to be. Yeah, it's bad. So yeah, even though my life is there's not a lot of stuff happening at the minute. There's a few heartbreaking things like my pepper, my salt mill getting fucking smashed up.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, we'll get there, man. We'll get. If anyone's got a spare Chef N salt pot, let me know. They're fucking. They are, and it's very fancy when you pull it out because you put it on the side for someone to use, and they just can't work out how to use it because it's so fancy.
Mm.
I like shit like that. Give it here, dickhead.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. Like, oh, isn't that nice? Yeah.
As you know, my pepper grinder is Dr. Pepper.
Sergeant Pepper.
Sergeant Pepper. That's Dr. Pepper. Fucking hell. Sergeant Pepper.
It's Dr. Pepper. This tastes like Coke and dandelion and burdock. No, that's Dr. Pepper.
Dandelion and burdock. Imagine if that was the cure for coronavirus.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Sorry, the doctor
as well. Now you're just fucking with me. Come on, man.
Mate, I can make a delivery, but I might die.
No, don't do that, mate. It's not worth it.
Wait. This is WOD. This is WOD's input.
Love it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, man.
This is just going to unblur my fucking daughter's filthy bedroom. One sec. This is like the worst OnlyFans account ever. All right, Dan. Can you see my leg? Look at my leg. Look at my other leg, Dan. Oh, what do you want me to do next? Suck my finger. No one's subscribing to that OnlyFans. Fuck off. Jesus.
Comfortable while you're hanging out in the house.
Oh, mate, this is it. I haven't left the house in a pair of joggers in about, what am I now? 38. So I probably haven't worn joggers out of the house since I was about 10 because a girl in my school said that I look like a scumbag. So I haven't worn joggers out of the house since then. So it's been like 28 years. And I went on my walk in them the other day. I still felt like a scumbag walking around in them, but I made my peace with it. Fuck that bitch.
I pretty much always leave the house with joggers on because I don't like anything that I can't do head kicks in.
Yeah, but you could have head kicked her.
Oh, that's true.
See, I wouldn't have reached, and she would have picked on me for the rest of my school life. So, yeah, it's not good. She was the reason
you can head kick her.
This is it. She's the reason I don't wear white socks.
Oh dear.
Mate, there's a lot of influential bitches at school, isn't there? There is. But I am now very comfy in my own house, wearing. I literally look like full Reptile warehouse has thrown up on me. I've gone full Garth with Reebok from Wayne's World 2.
You just need a load of lanyards around your neck now.
Imagine if I had the lanyards. Some selfish bastard got the lot. That is one thing you need to. If you watch 1 minute of the Tiger King, and you only watch 1 minute of it, you need to watch from about episode 4 when Douchey McDoucherton comes into it, who is a guy called, I think his name is Jeff Lowe. This is how much of a douchebag he is. He has got the entire, and I mean entire, back catalogue of Affliction, everything. And this was being filmed from like 2016 onwards. So way past Randy fighting fucking Tim Sylvia, way past being able to justify any cool element of Affliction. Yeah. And he wears an Affliction bandana under a Oakley or an Affliction snapback. So he's got like, he wears a Harley Davidson leather jacket that says Harley Davidson, and every item of clothing he has on other than that is a dog shit, budget, basic, bin, fucking reduced beyond reduction Affliction top with all his skulls and honestly, mate, it's worth watching it just for that.
The clue is in the name of the brand. You know,
an Affliction.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You are an Affliction. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Honestly, man, he is, and I mean, it is fascinating. It is fascinating because it is like someone just made up a story. It's like a child writing a story. It's that interesting. But yeah, he's gone full tilt on the old shitty fireware. Yeah. Someone actually gave us more information on Ranger Up than we ever asked for, which I was very grateful for.
I did see that. See. Someone cares.
It's nice to know, isn't it? I think I appreciate our crazies more than they'll ever know because they are equally as crazy as us. So it's kind of a good fit.
They are.
Right, dude. I'm going to let you go because I'm sure you've got Lego to build.
Well, I think I'm going to cut my hair.
Oh, what? Just the sides?
The sides. I'm realising I'm turning into an old wolf. It's kind of turning all grey, and I don't mind it though. But I do need to cut it off because it's
an old wolf would have an old wolf heart, which would be right, wouldn't it?
Nothing old about this bad boy.
Still a wolf heart, though.
That's true. Looks good, mate. Looks good.
Mate, it looks like an ice gem.
It does.
It looks like an ice gem. It looks like brilliant. My head is put on upside down. I reckon you could fuzzy felt me the other way around. And it could be like, you know, when you've got them iron filings, and it's like, let's move that hair down here. Or like Mr. Pop, the fucking kids game. You know, you have to put all the glasses and shit on.
Yeah. That was like Buckaroo. I must have had 4 different Buckaroos and none of them worked. They were all returned to the shop. Remember Buckaroo?
Yeah, with the donkey.
To hang shit on and it would eventually kick everything off.
Yeah, we've got that.
Is that not one of them worked?
Yeah, ours never did back in the day. We've got it now. We've got a Alibaba version, which is a little dude sat on a camel.
Nice.
Which is the Al Qaeda version. We got that. We got that, and we got a normal Buckaroo. But it's kind of there's a lot of nervous energy in Buckaroo. I don't think it's good for your heart. I think it killed more grandparents than you'd like to think.
It was Operation, man. So that always made me nervous as well.
Yeah, and even when you get older, you see a game like that and you think, Operation? Yeah. No, shit. You can't. It's not as simple as you were shit as a kid. It's just really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard. Yeah. My favourite game, other than for family fallouts and for absolute rage, is a game called Frustration. And I don't know if you remember it. It's a square board with a popper in the middle, and the popper... Sure. Basically, there's 4 pieces. You have to roll a 6 to get out. Then you have to get all the way around the board and back into the base. That's it. However, if you land on someone else's head, then you put them back in their base and they have to roll a 6 to get going again. It's the instant fucking equalizer. It's amazing. But my children will only play it if I pay them because they are so sick. Honestly, it's fucking the best entertainment you've ever seen. Ever. It's amazing, honestly. I have to film it.
Time to time. That's why they don't want to play it. You're doing your fast show dad thing again. I was chatting to Ollie the other day. He was doing running races with his kids in the back garden and beating them every time.
I'm winning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, suck it up. Then when you win, you can fucking do your happy dance. Me and Moo were playing basketball the other day, and I missed a shot, and you should have seen how happy she was. And I was like, yo, you better be a better fucking winner than that. And she was like, well, you fucking taught me. She didn't swear, clearly, because she's a good girl. But, yeah, you can't let your kids win. Not always. You can be a bit softer, maybe. But, no, you gotta trust me. If you've got £7 available, get on Amazon and buy Frustration and say that it's for a key worker. It's important. Because this coronavirus is going to make more babies, more divorces, and more fucking murders than we've ever seen because of shit like that. But at least keep it entertaining. Keep it interesting.
Yeah. Right.
Right, fuck off, man. Take care. Look after yourself, brother. Take care, Lady V. See you soon. Be good.
Yeah, out there. Stay up. Go, give him your face. Give him your stay-at-home face. There we go. You've been fucking warned. Stay at home. Don't listen to Boris. He's being too kind about it. Stay at home. Stay away from people. Keep washing your fucking hands before we have to start resorting to stones on the edge of the village and leaving currency and vinegar and shit. Read about Eve. That will scare the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a quick one.
Yeah.
When this is finished, still wash your fucking hands.
Yeah.
It's dead normal. You don't have to have a song. Just fucking wash them, you dippy cunt. That's it. That's Boris's message. Stay in, wash your hands. Don't be a fucking dobber.
Pretty easy, really.